Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Oh my god, I look insane right now. So hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Wednesday evening. It's bright outside actually. The sun's starting to set. But I just wanted to say that, so my video for last Thursday, I was trying to film something else, but I just mentally just got very overwhelmed. So I decided to upload a YouTube short, which was fun. It was a Halloween haul from a few days prior, so you know it's Halloween themed, so I was like, fuck yeah. Then this Tuesday's video I didn't film because it just wasn't ready yet and I didn't have time to film, which pissed me the fuck off. But it's Wednesday, it's the next day, and tomorrow's Thursday, and so for this video I'm going to be reacting to my old Halloween costumes. Now, they will be up on the screen, somewhere on the screen they'll be here so you can see what I'm talking about. There's a few that I couldn't find pictures of, but I can like find something on Google or Pinterest just to like give you an idea of what it was like. What's funny is I've been trick-or-treating since the early, well, not trick-or-treating, I stopped trick-or-treating years ago, but trick-or-treating timeline, 2000s, like 2010s, and I have a little brother, so the 2020s because I would take him trick-or-treating, but I just mostly liked wearing costumes and dressing up. That's my thing. Like, I love dressing up, I love doing my makeup, my hair, anything that involves like that, fuck yeah. And I'll just get a bag of candy and sit on my couch and watch Supernatural all night, or whatever. But there's a few photos that just didn't make it. We lost them. I can't talk. Example. Halloween of 2013, I was actually Draculaura from Monster High. But when we went on a vacation to Disney, someone stole not only my mom's phone, but like the bag, the stroller for like to use for my little brother. And well, we completely lost those photos. We just have photos from like December 2013 and up. Like, we don't have anything past that. And 2011 was right when phones were coming out, so there wasn't really any photos or pictures unless it was on like a camera, digital camera for all the youngins. So what I'm doing is I'm going to be showing you and talking about my Halloween costumes, my experience, and rating them. Then, at the end of this video, I will be making a tier list and putting it on the screen so you guys can see the whole ranking situation. But right now I'm just showing you, explaining my little rating, and then we'll move on. So this first photo is all the way from like the 2000s. I want to say, yeah, this was from the 2000s. It was Halloween. And it was, I didn't go trick-or-treating, it was at a Halloween party, and I went as Belle from Beauty and the Beast. Funny enough, my name is Isabella, and one of my nicknames is Belle, and the reason why my name is Isabella is because my mom was inspired from Beauty and the Beast. We love that. But it'll be up on the screen somewhere so you guys can see. It was very cute. Like, my hair is naturally curly. I had a little bit of lip gloss on. And I actually remember this night quite well, even though I was very young. I had to be like 2 years old in this picture. But yeah, I just remember going to the Halloween party, and I remember I had this tiny pumpkin in my hand and my lip gloss in the other hand, and I kept putting my lip gloss in the pumpkin. But I don't really remember like the rest of it because it's so long ago. But if I had to do like a rating, I would give that costume a good 10 out of 10. Like, bitch, I slayed. Like, I slayed Beauty and the Beast. And my grandma's in this photo too. Alright, so the second photo is actually, again, Halloween party, but also Halloween. I've always been obsessed with Disney. So my mom was like, why don't you do Minnie Mouse? So I became Minnie Mouse for Halloween. My neighbor's car. But yeah, I went as Minnie Mouse. It was the cutest costume. Like, I remember the lady who did the face paint, she came down and I was like, I really want Minnie Mouse. And I just remember getting my face paint. Like, I remember the coldness of the paint and the itchiness. I remember the party. I remember running around my basement. I remember I was obsessed with the gloves. And then the shoes I had on were like the old early 2000s like princess shoes, like the dress up shoes. I'll find a picture somewhere on Google. There should be. Like, if you remember specifically, like if you were born like in the 90s, the 2000s, you 100% know what I'm talking about when it comes to the dress up princess shoe. I was actually Jessie from Toy Story 2. This was like right after Toy Story 2 came out. Awesome costume. I wore it all the time. Like, my parents used to be like, Isabella, you need to take off the costume. Like, we gotta wash this. And I'd be like, fine. And I had my cowgirl boots. I had my hat. I had my costume. Like, I fucked that shit up. I knew I was the it girl. Like, I was iconic. Everyone knew it. So I would have to rate it 10 out of 10. If I find the picture, it will be on the screen because it was iconic. Ooh, okay. So this isn't like... These are bonus photos. This is when I was at the Halloween store during I remember this was like August, and I tried on this little ghost costume, like this little ghost mask, and it had like a spooky face on it. And then this next one, it reminded me of the Muppets. It reminded me of that puppet from Goosebumps. Oh, I hate that little fucking bitch. But here's the thing, I don't get scared easily, so at that young age, I'm just like, give me the scariest costume you have. And I also actually tried on the ghost face mask, and I was trying to find it to do a video on TikTok where I was going to be like, it was something like I was going to do like, I'm the original ghost face. No, I'm the original ghost face, and then it slides over to a picture of me with the ghost face mask on as a kid. Iconic. But that Halloween, I was actually Darth Vader. What's funny enough is when I was a little kid, I would always be like, I want to dress up as a guy for Halloween because, it gave me an excuse to dress up like a guy. So, I was Darth Vader. Iconic costume. Again, I wore it all the time. I would wear it playtime, nap time. Not really nap time. Like, I like to take naps. Even to this day, years later as an adult, I love to take my naps. But, like, I knew I was the shit. So, I would have to rate this one, actually, 10 out of 10. The comfortability, like, it felt like pajamas. The only thing that was a little uncomfortable was the mask because it was plastic. It's not like the Halloween mask you see now that are, like, kind of, like, rubbery and stuff. Like, no, it was fucking plastic. Again, iconic photos. Alright. My Halloween costume of 2010, I was Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz. And funny enough, my dad was actually Michael Myers. Oh my god. And what my dad did was, he had the whole situation on, like, he had the whole mask, he had the fake knife. He threw me over his shoulder and he walked around my neighborhood and we were scaring the shit out of my neighbors. And I just loved it. I was like, this is what I want. Like, this is amazing. And it was a fun Halloween. I remember it very clearly. I just remember being so just shocked of all, like, the mansions that were all the way in the back of my neighborhood. Because one of them legit had an elevator in it. And I was like, you have an elevator in your house? Girl, please. But the costume was itchy because it was like a double-sided costumes. Again, I don't know if you remember in the early 2000s where it would be like one costume and then it was like you would reverse it and then it was like another costume. That's what it was. So it was Dorothy and it was Glinda from The Wizard of Oz. So because of that, I will have to give it a 7 out of 10 because it was very cute, very stylish, but very uncomfortable and very itchy. I even had the ruby slippers on. So cute. My favorite was my little wand. Next, I was Tinkerbell. I was Tinkerbell from Peter Pan. I have always been obsessed with the 2003 version of Peter Pan. Favorite movie I've seen years ago when I was like in middle school. I actually saw the high school students do the musical, and it's still one of the best musicals to this day that I've ever seen in my life. but it was kind of itchy, so I wore like I remember it was a white long sleeve thermal because it was Long Island and it was like 30 degrees outside. Tinkerbell, and then I had my twinkle toes on because they lit up and they were like my green blue ones, so it kind of went with the Tinkerbell theme and like the fairy tale theme. But yeah, I would have to give it a 6.5 out of 10 because it was a little bit more itchier than the costume, than the Dorothy costume. Funny enough, my family friend, he was Harry Potter, so it was like 2 characters from different fairy tales and from, you know, different companies. One Universal, the other Disney. Tinkerbell and Harry Potter. Slayed. Slayed! I'm so sad about this because I have no video or photo evidence at all. I was Draculaura from Monster High. The coolest costume. I was stylish, like again, iconic. I did my hair, my makeup, the whole spiel. Even my trick-or-treating bag. Slayed. But what happened was, as I said, my mom's phone got stolen. So we lost everything. But we lost that. But this was at the transition phase from we were going from flip and BlackBerry phones to iPhones that were just coming out. Like this was before like iPhone 4S came out. This was before like mini iPads were out. Like we were in that transition phase of new technology. So you either had videos on a digital camera or a VHS tape, or you have photos on a digital camera or starting to appear on the phones. Yeah, you youngins, you guys are lucky with photos and videos now. But yeah, I'm so sad because it was the coolest costume and I still think about it to this day. I actually had this hot pink lip crayon. When I tell you it was hot pink, bitch, it was neon. Like, it was neon. It did smell like Play-Doh, but I was obsessed with it. And I had a blue one, so Ghoulia, like Ghoulia from Monster High. It smelled like Play-Doh too, but it was like a dark blue with sparkles. I was like, yes. I was like, yes. This reminds me of a blue raspberry Jolly Rancher. Some of these aren't in the same year. Like, I'm jumping around different years, so I'm not going like 2013, 2014, 2015. I'm just going off the top of my head. But 2015, I was Heidi Klum from America's Got Talent. During this time, when Heidi Klum and Mel B joined America's Got Talent, I loved them. I was obsessed. Cut to, I wanted to be Heidi Klum for Halloween. I wanted to look like her. I thought she was iconic, yada yada yada. Now, thinking about I'm bisexual. At the time, severely in the closet. Oh man. Oh man, I was in love with her. You could tell, like, I was like crushing on her. Like, I was obsessed. And I remember it was like ripped jeans, like it was 2015, so it was like ripped skinny jeans. And I remember it was like, I think I had boots on and I had a white top. And I had a scarf. My scarf from my Hannah Montana days. And I had a wig on that had chunky highlights. I remember, at the time, this was, I think, something, it was some kind of Geller makeup brand that was in Ulta at the time. And it was like baked blush, baked this, baked bronzer, whatever. I remember it very clearly. And it was at the time when Ariana Grande's like first perfume ever dropped in Ulta. Who's texting me? It's Sky! I love Sky. But again, that was, and everyone, I was like nervous. I'm like, oh my god, is everyone gonna like my costume? Like, I was nervous. Everyone fell in love with my costume, so I think I slayed. Like, everyone knew I was Heidi Klum. 10 out of 10. Duh. I was Hawkeye for this Halloween. At the time, I had a severe crush on Jeremy Renner from Avengers, especially Avengers Age of Ultron. Loved it. I have a crush on Hawkeye still to this day. Like, I think he's cute. Like, I'm that type of person where, like, celebrity crushes or fictional characters, like, they don't necessarily leave. They just go in the back of my mind until, like, one day I'm like, you know what, let me watch an edit, and then next thing you know, I'm obsessed for the next 6 months. And then it stops, and then it's a new thing with another character, you know? But I remember this was at the time where I had this atrocious ass haircut. My hair is naturally curly, so when you cut my hair very short, it shrinks and, like, curls like this. And it was behind my ears. Yes, guys, I had a phase like that. I didn't necessarily want it. I forgot, something was going on with my hair, so it had to be, like, cut short, like, really short, and I was just not happy. But I did my makeup. This was at the time where I started doing, like, underline eyeliner, like, a lot, like, every day, and I incorporated that. And I remember doing, like, a smoky eye with, like, a black eyeshadow crayon, and then the hot pink lipstick again that smelled like fucking Play-Doh that you could tell expired in 2006, but whatever. But it was so cool. I was, like, a black cutout, ripped out shirt. The pants had studs and were, like, ripped. They were, like, those leggings that were, like, ripped with studs. My combat boots, my gloves, and then my bow and arrow. If that doesn't scream iconic, and this was all, like, again, stuff from my closet, stuff from the thrift store. Like, you guys can create the coolest shit from your own closet and from the thrift store. Like, you don't have to be like this person and spend like $5,000 on this fucking corset top. No, you do not. Do your own thing. Be your own person. Be your own leader. Do not follow. Anyways, I'm actually going to give that a, like, infinity out of infinity. Like, amazing. At this time, I had a severe crush on Gal Gadot. I can never say her last name right. But she played Wonder Woman in the 2017 hit film, and I was in love with her and Chris Pine. And I naturally have dark hair, so I'm like, I don't have to do anything to my hair. I did, like, soft glam, but, like, I went heavy on the contour, like, to seem like if I was in battle. Like, I was in with the gray and the black. Like, I was really going through it. And I had a t-shirt from Walmart or Target or Walmart my mom got that had the Wonder Woman logo. And I had on my black leggings. And then I went in with my American flag Converse that represented, like, you know, Chris Pine's character. And that's it. That's all I did. And people were making fun of me at school for it really badly. But I'm just like, I really don't give a fuck. Like, I'm having the best time in my life. And, like, you guys being this obsessed with me is actually insane. Like, you live your life, I'll live mine. People don't know how to keep their mouth shut at times. They really need to learn. Fun fact, I was actually severely allergic to candy growing up, so when I would go trick-or-treating, I would give away my candy to, like, friends and family and to, like, my little brother. I could have chocolate, but I couldn't have, like, M&Ms because of the dye, like the color dye. I was severely allergic and I could go into anaphylactic shock. And, you know, I wanted to keep breathing, you know? But this Halloween, I was just now at this phase where I'm just like, I really don't want to do trick-or-treating anymore, but I have a little brother, so I'm going to have to be doing this for quite a while, which I was okay with, because my brother and I were best friends. Now that he is older now, but this was, like, years ago, but, like, now we're best friends. Now we're just like, you know what, we'll get dressed up, but let's stay home. Let's order pizza. You know, we're that type of people. But this Halloween, I was Violet from The Incredibles. The Incredibles is my #1 favorite Disney movie in general, Pixar movie, like, anything. Obsessed. Like, it was, like, my parents would watch it multiple times a day with me when it came out, and even, like, a year or two, like, years later. I still watch it, but it was a cool costume. I